Hello! It is officially summer and school's out, and I thought it would be a great moment to do another top 5 list. For this top 5 video, I talked to Nicole from Nix and Nax. God, that's such a great pun name. And we decided to collaborate and bring you our favorite top 5 high school movies. In case you don't know Nicole, she has her movie channel called Nix and Nax, and she talks about all kinds of movies. She does reviews, she does movie rants, which I think are very funny. She did one recently about Batman and Robin. So on point in every opinion. She does other top 5 lists as well, and I do think she has another channel about books, so definitely go check it out. I will leave the thumbnail of her video right around here so you can see her top 5 movies, and you can also find the link to her channel in the information box down below. I have no idea what her picks are. It's going to be a complete surprise for me. She doesn't know mine either. We might have a few in common, we might not. It'll be really great. But without any further ado, here are my top 5 high school movies. Number 5, I think we should start with a classic because everybody knows one of these movies are going to be in this, but one of mine is actually The Breakfast Club. I don't know a single person who doesn't love The Breakfast Club. In case you have no idea what The Breakfast Club is about, it's about these 5 kids who get detention and they have to go to school on a Saturday, and some of them just want to get over it and get through it, some of them want to be really weird, and some of them just want to get into trouble. And with their clashing personalities, they have a little bit of fun, they have a little bit of a fight, but they also understand a lot more about each other throughout the day. And I think it's probably one of John Hughes' best movies. It's really fun if you just want to have something on the TV, but it's also, I think, one of the greatest teenager high school movies because it shows you the true feelings of teenagers. We always get the impressions that adults just don't take teenagers too seriously, and you can see that here with their parents, with the principal of the school. They're just these kids who annoy him and just are up to no good. And teenagers always feel like they are not seen for who they are, that they want to show the world who they want to be, they want to shout it from the rooftops, and it always feels like you are invisible. I don't think this movie shows teenagers at all in a superficial way. I think there's certain conversations and certain moments that everybody can relate to because I think everybody has felt this way, whether you were a teenager or not. And it's such a great ending. I love the interactions between a couple of the characters. It's such a feel-good movie. I think it's a classic teenager high school movie. And I have to say that I had a bit of a thing for Judd Nelson in this movie, who's John Bender. Actually, I still have a thing for him. I think he's so hot in this movie with his floppy hair and his rebel without a cause attitude. Absolutely love him, have a major crush on him. My next movie is a more recent one, and that is Easy A. I was not expecting to find a great high school movie in recent years. They have kind of died down for a while now since all of these young adult dystopian world things. But then Easy A came out, which is kind of a play on Scarlet Letter, but it's so good. And Emma Stone is just so funny and so dorky and so just adorable as a narrator in the entire movie. The dialogue is crisp and witty. She's fantastic. Even her parents, oh my god, I want her parents so much. Stanley Tucci as her dad is probably one of the best dads that have ever been shown in movies. The story is about this girl who's kind of not invisible, just someone regular in a high school, and she tells her friend a lie that she slept with someone to get her off her back, and then a rumor starts spreading quickly that she has slept around, that she's kind of a slut, and soon enough boys are going to her and giving her money to say that she slept with them. It kind of gets out of her control and she feels like a pariah in high school, even though it's not really her fault, and even though she hasn't done any of these things, she kind of has to deal now with this reputation, this fake reputation, that she's a floozy. Like I said before, I think it's so funny, and I think it might seem silly, but there's a lot of critique and interesting dialogue about slut shaming before it was like, you know, a hashtag or something cool to talk about. And the fact is that it's nobody's business what you do or don't do, and in high school things are just so dramatic and everything is just exacerbated so much. And at the end of the day you realize like none of these things matter, and all these rumors and all this drama that people create in high school just to feel important, it doesn't matter, and she handles it beautifully. And there's so many quotable lines in this movie. I have so many of these lines with my friends. We say it to each other all the time, especially the bitch one, which is like, you know, you call me a bitch a lot. It's not exactly in terms of endearment. We say that a lot. It's really good, and Emma Stone, what can be said? I need to be her friend. My next high school movie is not necessarily a fantastic one. I think it's more of a guilty pleasure for me, but I think everybody who watches it will definitely have a laugh, and that is Can't Hardly Wait. Can't Hardly Wait is a little bit older, and it takes place in the day after graduation in this big party where everybody just goes crazy and they want to do like the very last thing they've always wanted to do before they leave high school. So for some people is getting laid, for some people is taking revenge on their bully, and for some people is telling the girl that they've loved for 4 years everything that they felt in a letter. It's an insane party. I think it's the party you always think of when you think of high school parties. I never went to one of these. Nobody was this creative or crazy in my class, but I so wish I could have gone. The night quickly unravels. People get stuck in a bathroom, but they hate each other. The letter goes missing. People who you thought were your friends are not exactly your friends, and nerds who have never really been very social suddenly become the life of the party. I mean, it's everything you want in a high school movie. I think it's funny, I think it's crazy, I think it's a little bit romantic, which also helps. And it does make you feel a little bit nostalgic about that moment where high school is completely done and you're relieved, but you're also realizing so many other things are over and you're gonna feel a little bit sad that they're gone, but there's also so much to look forward to. My next movie was a little bit of a debate because I think you either are a Clueless person or a Mean Girls person, and it's so hard to choose. But in the end, I decided to go for the 90s classic, and that is Clueless. I love Clueless. I don't know if it's because it's so vain and I just kind of wanted to be friends with Cher because her closet was amazing. Or maybe it's just good because it's based on the Shakespeare play Emma. It's about this very rich girl with her friends, and she basically is trying to look for some purpose and meaning in her life because everything is so easy for her. She just only cares about fashion and being cute in school. So when this new girl comes in and she's kind of like a diamond in the rough, she decides to take her under her wing and give her a makeover and, you know, set her up with a cute guy. But things kind of always blow up in her face, and she starts to realize that she doesn't really know better and she really might just be very clueless. It's a really fun journey from not caring about much to slowly maturing and becoming a young woman and being a lot more nicer and more thoughtful of things. Sounds really cheesy, I know, and it is, but that's kind of what's so great about it. For my last movie, I could have totally gone with a John Hughes movie, which, let's face it, there's so many, but I had to go with 10 Things I Hate About You. Oh my god, this movie is just so perfect in every freaking way. And of course, it's based on a Shakespeare play again, which is what makes it so amazing. But the chemistry here with Heath Ledger and Julia Stiles is just over the moon. So the movie's about these two sisters, and the younger sister who's very popular, and the older sister who kind of doesn't care what anybody thinks of her, and she is kind of scary in that regard. The younger sister is the cute one. She's getting asked out by a lot of boys, but the dad doesn't like the idea of her dating around, so he makes them a promise. If Kat, the older one, goes out on a date, the younger girl can as well. So this brings up a lot of bets and a lot of planning of getting Kat out of the house, dating a guy, paying a guy to date her, but who is strong enough and brave enough to go out with Scary Kat? And that, of course, is the rebel scary guy played by Heath Ledger. So he's getting paid to take her out. He has to win her over. She is not easy, but he sort of starts realizing that they are very compatible and they have a lot of things in common. And now the younger girl can go out and date the super hot douchey guy, whilst the sweet new guy wants to win her over and tell her how he feels. I think Julia Stiles is the friend you always wanted to have. She just takes no shit from anybody. And what can I say, the two of them together are probably one of the cutest high school couples I've ever seen. Not to mention that it has one of the most romantic scenes of Heath Ledger singing in front of whole stadium, I Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, to Julia Stiles, and using the band to play the music. It has to be one of the most romantic moments in movies without a kiss being involved. I absolutely love it. He's so charming, he's so charismatic, and it's just a moment where everybody goes like, oh, shut up, Heath Ledger's about to sing. Like, every time that scene is on, you better not talk because I need to listen to all of this and think that he was singing it to me. So guys, those are my top 5 high school movies. I would love to hear which one are your favorites in the comment section down below. Don't forget to go check out Nicole's video. I will leave the link right here again and in the information box down below. Go check out her channel and subscribe. She's funny, she's so smart about movies, and she's also very easy on the eyes. If you just came from Nicole's channel to mine, don't forget to subscribe if you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. I would love for you to stick around and see all the other videos I will come up with. That's it for this top 5 list, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you get to have a great week, and I will see you on our next movie date. Bye!